Me and Mrs. Jones is a 1972 soul song written by Kenny Gamble, Leon Huff, and Cary Gilbert, and originally recorded by Billy Paul. It describes an extramarital affair between a man and his lover, Mrs. Jones. It has been covered by Michael Bublé copyright, among others. Billy Paul version, Me and Mrs. Jones was a #1 single originally performed by Billy Paul, recorded and released in 1972 on CBS Records' Philadelphia International imprint. The single, included on the album 360 Degrees of Billy Paul, was written by Cary Gilbert, Kenny Gamble, and Leon Huff. The single became Paul's only #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at that position for 3 weeks in December 1972. Me and Mrs. Jones also achieved this feat on Billboard's R&B singles chart, remaining at the top position for 4 weeks. On the Hot 100, it replaced Papa Was a Rollin' Stone by The Temptations and was replaced by Carly Simon's You're So Vain. The radio edit versions were shorter, omitting the second verse, as well as shortening the coda. Michael Bublé copyright version, Me and Mrs. Jones was later covered by Canadian crooner Michael Bublé copyright and released as the second single from his third major label studio album, Call Me Irresponsible. The song is a collaboration with Bublé copyright's then-girlfriend, Emily Blunt, who appears at the end of the track to perform the final verse. Background Michael's version of Me and Mrs. Jones was well received by critics, with Okayplayer stating, he skillfully portrays the pain of this song unregistered trademark's affair and his take on the final verse could stand with anyone else unregistered trademark's. Additionally, the single was promoted by its performance during Michael's AOL Sessions performances. The track has also been performed at many of his concerts. Due to his split with girlfriend Emily shortly before the release of the single, the release was cancelled, a physical single pulled, and little or no promotion for the song was undertaken. Thus, Me and Mrs. Jones was not eligible to chart in any major music charts. However, it did chart in Switzerland due to strong downloads from the album. A short promotional music video was first broadcast on French television channels during April 2007. The clip alternates between scenes of Bublé copyright performing by the window, in the dark, as it rains, used in the official music video, and scenes of a blonde woman during a day at the beach, horseback riding and watching the sunset as the clip ends. The official music video was first broadcast during July 2007. It consists mainly of the scenes Bublé copyright standing performing by the window, as seen in the French promotional clip. Some scenes show a brunette woman, representing Mrs. Jones. Some shots from the promotional video of Lost were also used, particularly the ones where Michael is sitting on a white bed. The video was directed by Sean Turrell. Track listing UK CD single #1, Me and Mrs. Jones 433, It's All in the Game 236, UK CD single #2, Me and Mrs. Jones 433, Dream a Little Dream 308, Me and Mrs. Jones 448. Chart performance . Other notable covers, a cover of the song was also a hit for the 1970s group The Dramatics. Their version peaked at number 47 on the pop chart and number 4 on the R&B chart in 1974. Other artists who have recorded cover versions include Johnny Mathis, the experimental rock band Sun City Girls, Head, Sarah Jane Morris, Freddie Jackson, Amir Stewart, Tower of Power, and Andrea Swellies. It has also been covered live by Hall & Oates and Stevie Wonder. It has been performed live on various TV singing competitions by Andy Abraham, George Huff, Sciascia Mikado, and Bunny Sigler. In 2003, the song was performed on one episode of Reborn in the USA by Peter Cox. The song was comically inverted by Sandra Bernhard into a lesbian scenario on her 1987 Live album and subsequent film Without You I'm Nothing. Copyright bar copyright qua humorist Finesse section war par copyright Russ recorded a parody version called Guy Y on Bicycle Jaune, whose title is a homophonic translation of the original title into French. Samples and interpolations. Bobby Brown sampled the song in his first #1 solo hit, Girlfriend, in 1986. Coolio interpolated a portion of the chorus on the song A Thing Goin' On his album Gangsta's Paradise. It was interpolated on Mary J. Blige's Mr. Wrong in 2011. Dasso referenced me and Mrs. Jones in their song Just Your Man Calls Me and Mrs. Jones, We Had a Thing Going On. In film and television, on an episode of A Different World, an Italian waiter sings a terrible version of the song while serenading Walter and Jalisa on their date. Robson Green sings the song over the opening credits of the Granada TV movie Me and Mrs. Jones, starring himself and Caroline Goodall. Reviewing Green's version in The Independent, Charlotte O'Sullivan wrote, "Robson Green is currently promoting Me and Mrs. Jones, a cover of Billy Paul's shivery-making 1972 hit. Green's fabulous rendition makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up for a different reason. Green's homage is simply a crime." Even he looked shifty while bleating into the microphone on Dale's classy afternoon show. He had a touch of the Alan Rickman in Robin Hood about him. Billy Paul is still alive, by the way. His song has already been used in a Nike ad, but it's due another airing. Up against the real thing, Green would surely be shamed into withdrawing from the field. The song was used in the film Bridget Jones's Diary, in the scene where Bridget's mother begins an extramarital affair, but was not included on the soundtrack release. Billy Paul sang the song on an episode of New York Undercover. The song also appeared in the episode My Bad Request of Scrubs. The song was used in the supernatural episode The Man Who Would Be King, near the end of Season 6, over a scene of Crowley torturing a vampire and then talking with Castiel. See also, List of number 1 R&B hits, R&B number 1 hits of 1972. References